Hey guys, welcome back. So this is the third episode in the series that I'm doing on how to make a prog housey trancy style track from start to finish. In this episode, I'm going to do all of the bits that I wanted to do in the last episode, but it ran maybe a little bit too long. And I also want to create a B section. So we've got an A and a B section for our track to make it a lot more interesting and a lot less repetitive. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing I noticed when I fired up the project again was how the bass line didn't fully fit with our new chord progression. So I'll double the bass's loop length and I'll have it follow our chords. I'll also do the same with our rhythmic synths. Okay, with that sorted, now we've got a nice A section to our track. So for this video, I'll endeavour to make a B section. So the first thing I'll look to do is switch up the drum's rhythm, changing our kick to follow a 4 to the floor pattern, giving our new section some more drive and energy. I wanted to accent this with a snare on the offbeat of the pattern, so I grabbed a snare sample from a longer breakbeat loop, which I trimmed down. To just keep the snare, I then consolidated the clip, extended it back to 2 bars, and then shifted the sample start position to trigger on the offbeat. I then slapped on an effects chain, which I've demoed before in my original breakbeat video. To keep up the increase in energy, I also thought about changing the bass line. Because I didn't plan on following the same chord progression in this section, I just kept the bass playing A and programmed it with some more notes, again making sure it didn't conflict with my kick pattern. Next, I copied my respace across, shorten it to just play the first A note. And there I have my bass to add some more new elements to create a second section. Now I don't really have a formula to adding the extra elements, I just go about experimenting, seeing what I like and what sounds cool. And for this one, I looked back into the sample pack that I used in the first video and I found this really aggressive sustained sample which fits really well. It was, however, a touch too short, so I used the warp markers to extend the sound to the start of the 4th bar, also adding some reverb and delay. With the sample purposely cut short for the 4-bar loop, I then edited my second rhythmic synth to play as soon as the new sample echoes out, removing the first set of notes to create another nice cooling response. I'll go back to the new sustained sample and filter and sidechain it to the kick. I'll also use an auto filter and LFO to have the filter sweep down over time. With the resonance up, we get a really nice rich filter sweep, which filters out just as the sample ends. Now that we've got some additional low ends, I'll turn my attention to some high frequency melodic lines. First being an acid bass line that I've recorded in from my TD3, which I'll make available in the description. I had it playing the same note whilst manipulating the resonance filter and some of the other knobs. Inside the arrangement view, I'll chop the sample up into 4-bar sections, raising the pitch of the 2nd and the 4th to give the sample some progression. Doing this is really simple and means you can create a number of different melodies and progressions from this sample, so give it a try at home. I'll consolidate and copy back to the session view, naming both my old and new samples. Next, some effects. A bit of a classic, but let's gate and modulate with the trance pad gate preset, as well as filtering with an auto filter and an LFO controlling it. I'll set the ranges to 40 and 80, so it never fully filters the sound. Here's how it sounds with a high gate amount and a low one. I think both work nicely, but I'll stick with the low gate amount. The final flourish before I turn this into a full track is adding another high rhythmic synth. I created this in mainly the same style as I've demoed before, so here's the patch if you want to recreate it. I'll add an echo to this, set it to ping pong, and copy over the LFO and filter from the acid channel. I'll invert the boundaries on the LFO so the filter increases when the filter on the acid channel decreases, and vice versa, so they fade in and out from each other. I also wanted to do some fun stuff with frequency shifting, and I found this cool preset which works for my purpose, introducing a lower octave to the sound. And there you go. Here's what I have before I take it into the arrangement view next episode. Okay, so that's the video. I hope you guys learned something about making a B section and, you know, making it sound like it's still part of the same track, yet giving it a little bit more energy or making it sound different or interesting, because nothing worse than the track which sounds like the same 8 bars being looped again and again. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, it really helps the channel out. Pushing to 5K now, so yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.